Yo guys, so I'm back and I've updated the PC. So I don't know if I added this in the last episode, so yeah. So I've got the registers down with the decoders, and these loop back into these inputs, and so does this. So it basically all's right here. So yeah, I got the stack and I've hooked up another set of buffers here. These I don't know, I don't think these should be called buffers, but it's basically linked up with this one, so has the output on both sides, so it doesn't have to be a bitch to get this all the way around, because that was an issue. And yeah, I've hooked up wired up even the output of the PC up here, because I'm thinking of having the PC like above here, so you can see that there. So right now these wires are coming through here, just right there. I think the instruction memory is going to be like up here, like a big block of it. So yeah. My throat's really dry. 1 second. Okay. So, what else? Yeah, I've got the subtracting and the adding right now done perfectly. So, invert A, invert B plus. Actually, no, it's just flipped now. So, usually it's invert B, but invert A and carrying, basically one invert and carrying, it makes it so it's two's complement. So right now this is minus, no, yeah, that is less confusing. So it's at 6 right now, 7 even, and now because I've got -1 in, subtract 1, that should make it into a 6. So let me clock this, and here we go. So let me just this is a benefit of a adder based counter. You can add and subtract, so a relative jump, which is quite useful. Oh god, no. Well, that kind of went crazy. So yeah, and I can add up in certain numbers, so let me just branch to 0. So that's a thingy. I've also added control lines here and here, so it can only be let down once these are like switched on. So let's branch to 0. Wait, what? Oh. So that's branched to 0. So now let's make it add up in fives, threes. So it should count every 3. So first one should be 3. God damn it. Really annoying. Okay, I'm double clicking by accident. It's really irritating now. Okay, count up by 3. Actually, it'd be so much better if I just did a monostable. Yeah, here we go. So now I just have to click a button once. Okay, so it should be 3, then 6, then 9, then 12, 15, and then if I turn these off, I think this is what you call the offset, I'm not too sure. So let's just do the normal branching, counting. So should jump to 16 or not. Why is that? Oh, I'm just blind. Okay. Okay, I'm just blind. So yeah, that's my PC. Also, I think I changed the instruction set a tad bit. Let me just branch this to 0, and I made it so that whenever there's a branch, it should cancel anything that's gone into here if it's at this distance. So yeah, I'd have to do a lot of things to do that. Okay, so the instruction set, yeah, here I've cleared up some space, so I've got 2 ops that are not in use right now. So I think all this was the same, so I'd carry subtract, borrow, NOR, NAND, XOR, load immediate, barrel shifter. How was I gonna do that one? Hold that and save to that, and right, I didn't add the yeah. Okay. Actually, I just should make all the things like that. Okay. So basically, it's green when there's a option, yellow whether it's I'll just go through it anyway. So barrel shifter, it's gonna load from, yeah. So that one's not actually needed. Actually, yeah, that's where it's gonna get stored. Yeah, so A equals B plus barrel shifter. So say if I load register 6 and has a 10 in it, and I decide to have it rotational, which is, this decides whether it's rotational or not. So let's have it rotational, and so I'm loading a, did I say 9? I'll just go with 9. So then I'll shift that 2 times, and if it carries over, it'll get rotated, and yeah, then I'll start back to register 1. So that's how that's gonna work. Then below me, you should be able to see a multi-line thing. I've kind of cordoned off the multi-line stuff, so like that. So I made these. Oh, this was done last episode. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I've recorded in a big bunch, so I don't know when the episodes are. So last time I showed you the IS, this was like this, and that's not changed, I don't think. No. Basically, that's the algorithm there. So it can be A equals, I'll just explain it like this. So say if I want to store register 4 to RAM, so external, yeah, is that gonna be, yeah, that's gonna make it right, and now I'm gonna store that to address 17, or I can do load 17 into register 4. So that this says whether or not it's writing or reading. So yeah, then we got these two external hardware. So they can be either that is not right. I'll come back to that one. I'll just put that so around myself. I need to change that. For this one, call. This one's complicated, but complicated. So as you can see, I can either store the call to your stack or the registers, and the pink says whether or not to do that, and then this says whether or not to. That should be called something else. This one, so that decides whether or not it's going to the stack or not, stack or registers. This one says whether or not it's going to be calling or returning. So if it's returned from a stack, so one's going to be register and zero's going to be stack. So if it's calling from a stack, returning from a stack address, I will have it as, what's this one? Oh, that decides whether it's a pointer or not. So this will be blank because it's already inside the thing. So I'm gonna load point step. Oh shit! I just realized. Yeah, I'll explain this in a second why I did that. So basically, gonna get it from the stack. It's a return, and then yeah, it'll jump to that. So if I want to store something to the stack, I would leave this as blank. If I wanted a pointer, I'd do something like load be register 2. Or if I wanted immediate, I would leave that off and do like a random number, or the number I need. This is the same as the registers down there. So basically, I'll have a check whether these have an OR in it, and if these have an OR, it'll say that it's going to the register, not the stack. So if these have any input in, it's basically doing that. Wait, no, it's basically saying don't get it from the stack. So yeah, that's pretty simple. So I've got 3 registers, so 2-bit can address. I'm not having a 0 register for my general purpose registers or my PC register. So just a heads up. I probably will be in the RAM. So yeah. And I won't use a full 8-bit address for it because that's just stupid for what I'm doing. So yeah, that's that. Then there's branching. That's not as confusing as that. So basically, right here, and that is wrong. Branching. So first it has a compare. So it's comparing, and then as I said before, it says all the flags get saved to a status register. So that's what's done here. So let's just compare register 2 with 12, and say I'm doing if equal. So if equal is probably going to be 1. So if A equal B, and let's say this one, these two registers are a 6 in both. So that is so this is true, and yeah, I'd put a branch there and it would jump because it's true. But if these were not equal, whatever's in these registers, it wouldn't jump. So basically saying an if statement, then it's jumping all in one op, if you get what I mean. And some people do like an if else, like branching thing, but I don't want a 3-stage, like not 3-stage, but like looking back 3 lines, if you get what I mean. So this one, when this op is put into the CPU, it looks back 1 line before it as well, and that adds like a bit of like delay to actually loading instructions. It's like, for example, if I have this to load 2 lines, I'd have to wait for this line, like down here, to shift up twice, if you get what I mean. So that's because it's not pipelined and it's just a single cycle CPU, this is going to slow it down a lot. So that's why I did not want to do that. But I don't like multi-line because of single cycle CPUs, but I don't really mind it that much, as long as it's just like 2, not like some like half. If you have a really small instruction set, like op codes, sometimes you make it so that there's a lot of lookbacks. Never mind, anyway, let's go to the next one, which is jump, relative jump. So you can relative jump from a pointer, so with a pointer value. So this would select to have a pointer using the pointer. This and this orange one, yellow, wow, this yellow one is the address for the pointer, so address 4, and I would load a number, let's just say it's 4, and it jump to that. Or if this wasn't on, it'd use the immediate, and yeah, it'd branch to this location. So yeah, so basically doing this and this, that multi-line and that multi-line, that's basically saved me 2 extra lines, which I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I may add a halt one, and yeah, but I don't know what else for the other one. But I don't have to fill my IS, so I don't really care. So that's that. This video was to show just the IS, but I showed this as well, so this is a little update. And I think next episode I'm gonna work on the, so let me look at the layout. So that's the stack, that's the registers for the PC, this is the PC itself. That, yes, that's to get the flags, place to get the flags. Okay, so this is the barrel shifter, that's a stack, registers, and ALU. And this is the common bus. This will be 2-way, not 2-way, but 2 wires long, not like, yeah, the other like 2-way buses with no pistons is a bit because it's 2 ticks usually. Actually no, it's 1 tick, but it's big. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and like and subscribe. Yeah, peace.